Can you hear Gons and Andrew at Junction? Okay. Can you hear the Junction? How about Junction? Bob, can you hear Gons and Andrew at the Junction bar?
He's probably checking with them right now. He'll be fine.
He was like, you sound weird with no bar sounds.
He said that?
Yeah.
There we go. I'm opening. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Welcome to Sports Wrap Live, everybody, where we are broadcasting from Junction Bar and Grill in the shadow of downtown Houston, Texas, as well as Kadoma and I, who are back in the Sin City Clear Channel Studios in the shadow of the Las Vegas Strip. And if you guys want to cruise down, if you're in H-Town listening to us right now on Sports Talk 790 or the iHeartRadio app, and you want to cruise down and hang out with the rest of the Rat Pack, make sure you guys get down there to 160 West Gray at Junction Bar and Grill, where they have the best bar food in Houston, most beautiful wait staff, and coldest drinks around, just like we've seen here in Vegas. And I want to say, what up, Gons? What up, Andrew? You guys checking in right now from Junction?
How about beats? No beats.
Well, hey, you guys, I know y'all were putting it down last night, of course, checking in with us here in the studio in Las Vegas from Centerfolds. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your experience last night? Did you guys have a good time? Should we? Awesome. Well, you mentioned MacGyver. We're going to start calling you Magonzer, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, not just Jeremy. Well, we'll do that, and we'll get into all the action from around the sports, sounds, and sneaker world. And if you guys want to jump in on the action and call in at 713-212-5790, we will take you around the world. Of course, it's also brought to you by Diamond Supply Co. and DiamondSupplyCo.com, where the brand new spring line just dropped last week and will be coming to local retailers probably this weekend, if not early next week. And we're looking forward to seeing the summer and fall items that Kadoma and I previewed at the Magic Trade Show this week, along with tons of other new lines and big names, including the all-time hit king, Pete Rose, who we saw at Antiquities in the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace, where he'll be signing all weekend. He was, man, he was just... Hey!
Speaking of Pawn Stars, we were just out there at the gold and silver pawn shop on the Las Vegas Strip. Shout out to our boy that's been holding it down out there. Mammoth Clothing, yes, Chum Lee. He had the day off, so he was kicking it somewhere. But we saw a few Super Bowl rings in the building for a cool $100,000 each. Green Bay Packers, New England Patriots. Might be missing a couple of teams here and there, but you had your pick for a cool 100,000. Oh, they had medieval swords. They had antique guns. I saw a refrigerator. I saw a cannon. Somebody pawned a cannon you can shoot a cannonball out of. Like, where do they get these things? I can just imagine somebody dragging a cannon down the Las Vegas Strip.
Very carefully, very carefully. Pretty much. It had a huge barrel on it. Speaking of a huge barrel and big hits, the girls, women's Cougar softball team came out swinging, and they're off to a 5-0 start. And we are going to be joined by Coach Kayla to give you some of the spring preview in about 10 minutes or so. That's right. Thank you, Gons. And we'll keep it on the diamond with some more baseball talk as spring training rapidly approaches. And news broke today that the Hall of Famer Gary Carter, the most famous Montreal Expo, and of course Mets 1986 championship catcher, passed away today from complications due to a brain tumor. And our thoughts go out to the Carter family because that man had one of the sweetest white man curls of all time. Yeah, he's one of those guys, when I grew up, that was one baseball card you had to have. Gary Carter was, he didn't go immediately into the Hall of Fame. I know it took him a few years to actually get in, but he is definitely one of the top catchers of all time. And like I said, the original Montreal Expo, he was one of the first big stars coming out of Canadian baseball. Very much so. We'll talk about that and some more baseball with Andrew in just a little bit. And at the top of the 9 p.m. hour, we're going to open up the rap sheet so we can get your last-minute Lynn puns in. We'll discuss all the NBA action from the week and look ahead at the last week of the first half of the...
Well, they had to find a way for the Rockets to represent. They kind of got looked over. They didn't have anyone on the NBA All-Star squad. And they also had to find a way to get Jeremy Lin involved with All-Star Weekend because he wasn't.
No, they just added him to the rookie sophomore game. And do you know who the commissioner of the NBA is? Yes, that's exactly why he got added.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Kadoma and I, just like we're checking in from Vegas tonight with the boys there in H-Town and the whole Rat Pack. Shout out to the Rat Pack. We've seen a lot of Rat Pack memorabilia out here, but nobody does it like the Rat Pack. Kadoma and I will be checking in from Orlando for All-Star Weekend. And, of course, the All-Star Game is coming up real soon on February 26th. And we'll cover all the weekend's action from slam dunks to Nike dunks and everything in between. We're also going to talk about these Rockets. The chances they have in the second half to maybe hold on to a 5 seed, maybe move up a little bit more. The West, well, that's always the conundrum. Do you want to be, basically just a half-ass playoff team? Yeah, or do you want to get a high draft pick with a young team and a new coach? Andrew, make a list of some of those players that you would put up there, if for these teams that make the lottery, and we'll get into that later on after the Sneak of the Week segment. Of course, Sneak of the Week number 132 coming up later tonight, and it's one that we've really been looking at and anticipating to start off the year in the sneaker world. And we're going to have the hat, the shirt, and everything you need to make that fit just right when Kadoma gets on the microphone later on. Yes.
Oh, it'll be there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Our straight from Vegas, and Kadoma's going to give us a little sneak peek of the week from one of the most famous stores out here, and it's a sneaker that's dropping next week. We tried to get our hands on a pair, but those things are locked down, so absolutely so. But Kadoma's going to tell you all about it. Of course, Andrew Martinez is going to tell you guys all about what's going on around the world of college hoops as he takes you on a trip around the hardwood for all the top 25 action as we get ready for March Madness. And you guys can hear all the tournament starting on that very first Tuesday night when we have the play-in game, as they call it, I guess. And all the way through the Final Four right there in New Orleans, where we will be on Radio Row, hopefully full strength, so we're not doing this coast-to-coast broadcast like we've been doing this week. Hopefully we're all out there together on Radio Row doing our show at full strength. Absolutely, and you always can tune in to us on Twitter at Sports Rap Live, and that's rap with 2 P's. Why, Andrew? Oh, this sounds like you're sitting right next to me when you say that, man. Of course, you can catch us on Sports Talk 790, and I know we miss you guys a little bit. Can you tell? Man, we've literally... Actually, Mike Tyson will be at Field of Dreams March 7th doing a signing all weekend. Man, listen, you guys are the ones that are hanging out at Centerfolds last night, and you're at Junction Bar and Grill, of course, where they have the beautiful wait staff and the Rat Pack in the building while we're sitting in a box. Hey, don't feel bad. Oh, you jump on iHeartRadio. You know what, man? And Pete Rose says he tunes in whenever he can. I can't wait. Of course, you guys can also catch the podcasts, beautiful video podcast, so you can see the greatest show on Sports Talk Radio. AMP Studios? Okay, very good. AMP Studios is in the house, and that's amphouston.net. If you need any video work, if you've got a wedding coming up, you've got a bar mitzvah, you've got a show coming up, something you want to capture.
A rap video.
Awesome. Well, you guys can see their beautiful work on our website at sportsraplive.com, and that's rap with 2 P's, as Andrew just mentioned. Hey, real quick, let's just touch on a couple NFL stories. I know we're getting close to this break. Big news. Peyton Manning had a 4th undisclosed surgery on the most famous neck in the NFL. Reports out of Indy are more hazy than a Wiz Khalifa concert. Wow. Well, we're on the verge of a great show, guys. We can hear y'all loud and clear. It seems, yes, it seems a lot more like Sports Rap Live tonight. So it is Thursday night, and these guys are out at Junction Bar and Grill. Kadoma and I are hanging out. Jay Webb's going to be by in just a little bit here at the Clear Channel Studios in Vegas. So you guys stick around. When we get back from break, we are going to have Coach Kayla on from the U of H Cougars and talk about this young season and what she's looking forward to. So you guys stick around right here on Sports Rap Live. We'll be right back.
Yep. So we're good.
Say that again, Bob?
Said you're clear.
Oh, I thought you said we're down in Vegas. I thought we lost the feed. Awesome. Thanks, Bob. We just got to work on our timing, but we'll get through it. Kadoma.
I've been betting on the sports. Just we haven't had time to actually sit down at the tables. We've been out here. No. Guess what?